fẹ́ máa wò ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ tí ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́ ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. AGI TV mo fẹ́ máa wò ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ tí ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́ ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para àjànà kó kọjá mórí nǹkan fèrè bàbá rere káwí parí AGI TV we are the pace setters. Bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n station tí dòde.
Mo kí gbogbo ojú tó ń wò mí káàkiri ayé, mo kí wa lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin lọ́mọdé lágbà nínú ilé yìí, mo kí wa pé a kú dédé àsìkò yìí, àsìkò gbójú ọjọ́ ti rí ẹdẹ ọdún bí bóun ló ti rí lọ́dọ̀ ti yín tó ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ lẹ́tọ̀ tó dé sí ojú ìwòran yín láti ìkànnì BGI TV bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n. Bẹ́yìn bá ń rí mi wò mo dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run pẹ́yìn rí mi wò ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló ti ń complain pé àwọn ò rí mi wò mọ́ iṣẹ́ YouTube ni kì í ṣiṣẹ́ mi o lẹ́yìn àná nìkan tí mi ò ṣiṣẹ́ òní ní ọjọ́ Thursday déètì èní sì ní ọjọ́ 9 oṣù karùn-ún ọdún 2024 ìyẹn ni pé 9 May 2024 8 May nìkan tí ń ṣe àná nìkan ni mi ò ṣiṣẹ́ àná nìkan tó jẹ́ Wednesday ló jẹ́ pé ọmọ mi ló kàn ṣe eré kíní programu tí wọ́n máa ń ṣe fáwọn eléré ìdárayá lágbo òṣèré látijọ́ ìwá mi ṣàìfijọ́ kan má ṣiṣẹ́ mi ò mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí YouTube bóyá àwọn Dúpẹ́ Onídọ̀tí ni wọ́n lọ rìpọ́ọ̀tù channel mi tó fi jẹ́ pé láwọn country kọ̀ọ̀kan àbáwọ̀ eré àkọ́kọ́ wọn ò rí mi wò mi mọ nǹkan tó dé mi mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló ń complain páwọn ò rí mi wò bẹ́yìn bá rí mi wò ẹ máa bá mi share fídíò yìí bóyá ṣíṣe àyín àtúnjẹ́ káwọn èèyàn rí wò a ti complain fún wọn títí tí àmọ́ nǹkan tó dé wọn sọ̀rọ̀ pé nǹkan báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ so wọ́n ti ń block mi láwọn countries kọ̀ọ̀kan tí wọ́n jẹ́ kán rí mi wò bẹ́ẹ̀ bá wà l'Amẹ́ríkà tẹ́ wà ní Europe tẹ́ wà l'Asia tẹ́ wà Nàìjíríà àbí inú African continent lẹ́wà ẹ sábà máa jọ tẹ́ bá ti rí wò ẹ sábà mi share á jẹ́ pé wọ́n jẹ́ kẹ́yìn rí wò nìyẹn wọ́n select àwọn tí wọ́n máa ríṣẹ́ mi wò sí ni ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló ń complain páwọn orí bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀ wò kò sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ mo ṣe program o YouTube ni bóyá àti ráwọn tó rìpọ́ọ̀tù mi ó lè jáwọn Dúpẹ́ Onídọ̀tí ó lè jáwọn Gani Adam ó lè jáwọn anyone mi mọ̀ àwọn tó ń ṣàti rìpọ́ọ̀tù péjì yẹn ló fà á débi pé wọn jẹ́ káwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ rí mi wò mọ́ ẹ̀yẹn wá jẹ́ ká bíìtì wọn nípa ẹ bá ti rí wò báyìí ẹ̀yẹn sá share ẹ̀ sí gbogbo ibi tẹ́ bá lè share ẹ̀ sí àwọn tó máa rí wò á lè pọ̀ èmi náà dẹ̀ máa ń gbìyànjú láti share sórí WhatsApp so ó yà mí lẹ́nu báwọn èèyàn ṣe sọ fún mi pé wọ́n rí mi wò mo rí pé views yẹn drop ṣùgbọ́n mi mọ nǹkan tí mo lè ṣe sí YouTube ló ní channel wọn Facebook ló ní channel wọn kò sí tá lè ṣe sí. Lónìí ìròyìn ìdùnnú tó ga gan ni mo mú wá bóyá gbogbo èébú bóyá gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní kálukú sọ níwá lẹ́yìn ní ìjọba fi wò pé well it's high time fún wa láti rọ́wọ́ tó àwọn Fúlàní mi lè sọ ò ẹ jẹ́ n fàsìkò dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọlọ́pàá káàkiri ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà wọ́n ti ń ṣe gudugudu méje yàyà mẹ́fà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Fúlàní mi gbọ́dọ̀ tán yìí ọwọ́ tó wọn káàkiri lọ́wọ́ yìí tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn agbófinró wa ti ń ṣe báyìí tẹ́lẹ̀ vigilante kan ti papọ̀ mọ́ ọlọ́pàá kọ́lọ́pàá ti papọ̀ mọ́ civil defence gbogbo wọn ti papọ̀ mọ́ra wọn kí wọ́n ti dìtàmì pé sẹ́ ọwọ́ wa máa tó àwọn Fúlàní wàláhì wọ́n á ti kó Nàìjíríà wa á ti free gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ti di ibi tí ọkàn lè balẹ̀ gọ́fúnà Ògùn state Òṣùbà mire ẹ ṣeun o gbogbo ẹ̀yin agbófinró Ògùn state fìjìláńtẹ́ ni àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ni ọlọ́pàá ni òṣùbà mire fún gbogbo yín ẹ ṣeun àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín tẹ́ ẹ ṣe o. apariwo níbí níjọ́ bóyájọ́ Jímọ̀ àbí sátọdé wípé àwọn Fúlàní ti ń ṣọṣẹ́ lọ́nà Ṣàgámù o, bàbá fẹ́ gba Ṣàgámù lọ Jẹ̀bú Òde. ǹjẹ́jẹ́ mọ̀ pé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ làwọn ọlọ́pàá ni wọ́n ti swing into action àtàwọn fìjìláńtẹ́ àtàwọn agbófinró míì tó kù. mo ti ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ọwọ́ ti tó àwọn Fúlàní tí wọ́n ń da ọ̀nà yẹn rú, kódà wọ́n pa méjì nínú wọn pàápàá, kódà owó rẹpẹtẹ ni wọ́n bá lọ́wọ́ wọn, wọ́n sì rescue ẹni méjì tí wọ́n jí gbé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tó wà ní àkàtà wọn, wọ́n rescue wọn, wọ́n gbà wọ́n lẹ̀. wọ́n gba 7.9 million ni wọ́n bá lọ́wọ́ wọn, àwọn owó tí wọ́n raid lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó jí gbé. ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ bá wo fídíò tí mo ṣe níjọ́ sátidé ẹ rí pé bàbá kan wà tá lo voice note ẹ̀ bóyá sátidé àbíjọ́ monday or tuesday ṣá a lo voice note kan tí bàbá yẹn sọ pé wọ́n gbé òun ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n gba 100,000 lọ́wọ́ òun. ẹnìkan náà wà ní tójọ́ ọmọ yíbò tọ́jọ́ gbé àwọn tó ti gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, gbogbo àwọn owó yẹn wọ́n sì gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn to the tune of 7.9 million. kódà wọ́n bówó India lọ́wọ́ wọn pàápàá, I'm too sure wọ́n gbé lára àwọn expatriate tán wá ṣiṣẹ́ bóyá ní mọ́sìmí àbí níbì kan tán jẹ́ ọmọ India, wọ́n gbé àwọn yẹn náà tí wọ́n gba owó India lọ́wọ́ wọn torí páwọn ọlọ́pàá bá owó India, wọ́n bówó India lọ́wọ́ wọn, wọ́n dẹ̀ gba owó Nàìjíríà to the tune of 7.9 million lọ́wọ́ àwọn Fúlàní. eléyìí fi yé wa pé díẹ̀ ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ ó ti ń padà sílùú. bá a bá pariwo síta báyìí bẹ́yìn agbófinró wa àtijọba tẹ́ ẹ bá ń sáré bá wa react sí tẹ́ ẹ respond sí, inú wa máa dùn, ọkàn wa balẹ̀. Fúlàní tiẹ̀ ti dáràn Nàìjíríà náà torí pé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ìnílẹ̀ Haúsá wọ́n ti ń takù wọn, kódà àwọn kan dídì jáde ni pé látẹ̀ni yín lọ o, Fúlàní ni yín, ẹ má máa ṣe bí àwa Haúsá mọ́, ẹ má máa lo lógo wa, ẹ má máa sọ̀rọ̀ fún wa generally àárọ̀ yín iṣẹ́. tí àwọn northerners bá ń reject Fúlàní as family wọn, kí ló wá ṣe àwa Yorùbá? àwọn northerners wọ́n ní àwọn ò recognize Fúlàní as family àwọn ara àwọn kan ṣára àwọn, wọ́n dídí reject wọn ni màá kà fún wa jọ tó bá níbẹ̀ yẹn bá mi ṣú ẹ̀ káyé lè rí pé kì í ṣe pé mò ń rorí kà. Nigerians unite against Fulani hegemony. ìyẹn ni pé Nàìjíríà parapọ̀ láti tako ìwà ìfipámúni àwọn Fulani. Hausa emancipator to Fulani group lying to represent the entire northern Nigeria. wọ́n ní àwọn Hausa wọ́n ṣe àtakò ńlá fún àwọn ẹgbẹ́ kan tí wọ́n jẹ́ Hausa emancipator to Fulani group, àwọn kan tí wọ́n dìde láti tako àwọn ẹgbẹ́ Fulani ní ilẹ̀ Hausa, láwọn Fulani tí wọ́n ń parọ́ wípé àwọn làwọn ṣe aṣojú fún gbogbo ilẹ̀ Hausa pátá. àwọn ẹni yẹn ló sọ̀rọ̀ ìjáde wípé I am warning you, Professor Ango Abdullahi, to desist from issuing out statement under the guise of the northern people. You should instead go under the umbrella of your Fulani people and be issuing out your statement. But desist from pretending to speak for the entire northern people. Ajiya Kaltum Alumbe Jitami, emancipator, Hausa Tata Development Association. ìkànnà àwọn ẹgbẹ́ yẹn Ajiya kan tó lùkọ̀ ẹ̀ jẹ́ Kaltum Alumbe Jitami láti Hausawa Tata Development Association olótakò Ango Abdullahi wípé láyéláyé ẹ̀ tó bá ti máa mú sọ̀rọ̀ síta lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà jẹ́ kí ayé mọ̀ pé Fúlàní ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ kì í ṣe àwa Haúsá. má máa sọ̀rọ̀ láyéláyé ẹ̀ ní ìsọ̀rọ̀ ìfohùnlóde lórúkọ gbogbo north rárá o, jẹ́ káyé mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin Fúlàní nìkan lẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ kì í ṣe gbogbo north. àwa Haúsá àbáyín ṣe àsí lára yín. Recently wọ́n ní láìpẹ́ yìí, you stated that northern elders and other northern groups strongly condemn the killing of cattle belonging to northerners in the south. wọ́n ló fi lóde wípé gbogbo àwọn àgbààgbà ilẹ̀ Haúsá àti gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ Haúsá, gbogbo wọn pátá ni wọ́n tako ìpa màálù tó wáyé ní ìlú south, ìyẹn ni pé nílùú gúúsù nílẹ̀ south, àbí kí ni wọ́n ń pe south ní Nàìjíríà. wọ́n ní wọ́n tako, wọ́n ló sọ pé gbogbo àwọn northerners ló tako. àwọn yẹn ní láéláé ẹ̀yin Fúlàní nìkan lẹ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. You were too quick to forget that under former President Muhammadu Buhari, your Fulani kinsmen, over 7 million of Hausa people were killed, others raped, kidnapped, displaced. Obìnrin tó wá rán létí, ó rán Ango Abdullahi tí í ṣe Fúlàní létí wípé ṣó o ti gbàgbé ni wípé ńgbà tí President Buhari yín tí í ṣe ara yín Fúlàní wà ń bẹ̀, kò lé ní mílíọ̀nù 7 Haúsá tẹ́ ẹ pa. ẹ̀yin Fúlàní tẹ́ ẹ pa nìkan kọ́, àtàwọn tẹ́ ẹ fipá bá lò pọ̀, àtàwọn tẹ́ ẹ sọdá láìnílé, gbogbo wọn tó jẹ́ Haúsá. Do you expect the Yorubas and Igbos to fold their arms and allow you to repeat on them that which you people did to us, the Hausa people? wọ́n wá bi Ango Abdullahi léèrè pé ládùúgbò gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe yìí, ẹ wá rò pé àwọn Yorùbá àtàwọn Yíbò wọ́n á gọ̀gọ̀gọ̀ débi pé wọ́n á fọwọ́ lẹ́rán, wọ́n á jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ máa ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ ṣe fáwọn Haúsá, wọ́n á jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ wá ṣe nílé àwọn. ẹ kó wa lẹ́rú nílé Haúsá, ẹ pa wá bó ṣe wù yín nílé Haúsá, gbogbo tó tọ́ sí wa lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀yin Fúlàní ilẹ̀ ń gbà á. ẹ wá rò pé Yorùbá àti Yíbò wọ́n á wá gọ̀gọ̀gọ̀, wọ́n á fọwọ́ lẹ́rán, wọ́n á jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ wá máa ṣe irú ẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Be rest assured that henceforth we Hausawa are willing and obliged to supporting the Igbos and Yorubas against the Fulani in every front 100%. Wàhálà Deba Fulani báyìí, wọ́n dáràn. Ibo náà fẹ́ gbà, ojú Haúsá gan ti là, ojú àwọn Haúsá gan ti là. Haúsá yìí sọ pé ṣé kí n sọ fún yín o, kẹ́ ẹ tètè gbọ́ sétí, gbogbo àwọn àjọ Haúsá pátá, gbogbo wa pátápátá ló jẹ́ pa ṣetán láti gbé Yorùbá àti Yíbò lẹ́yìn, a ṣetán láti gbé wọn lẹ́yìn 100% pàápàá, la ṣetán láti fi kí wọn lẹ́yìn, láti bá ẹ̀yin Fúlàní ìjà. We strongly advise the Yorubas, Igbos and all other natives of Nigeria to stand up to the Fulanis and defend their lands and people any day the needs arises. Wọ́n wá sọ pé àwọn fi ohùn léde o wípé àwọn gbà wá níyànjú tó ga gan, Yorùbá àti Yíbò, wípé ẹ dìde gírí kí ẹ dojú ìjà kọ Fúlàní, ẹ má gbà fún wọn, ẹ rí pé ẹ kọdí wọn lọ́wọ́ aburú tí wọ́n bá ń gbé sí yín nílẹ̀ Yorùbá àti ilẹ̀ Yíbò, ẹ rí pé ẹ kọdí wọn, ẹ sì dá wọn lẹ́kun. Professor Ango Abdullahi, you are hereby reminded that you are a Fulani man, not an Hausa man. Therefore, you must desist from using the Hausa logo, stroke symbols, as you identify as your identity or any Fulani persons or groups identity. By so doing, you are criminally impersonating the Hausas, and this is unacceptable. Àwọn Haúsá lọ Yorùbá wo la wà, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣe support Haúsá, tẹ́ support Fulani. Àwọn Haúsá náà ti lajú ni wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ yìí o, wípé ìwà Ango Abdullahi jẹ́ ká sọ fún ẹ o, wípé henceforth látòní ìlọ ó gbọ́dọ̀ lo gbogbo tó ń jẹ́ logo, gbogbo nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ symbol, àmì ìdánimọ̀ tó jọmọ́ ti Haúsá látòní ìlọ ò gbọ́dọ̀ lò mọ́ o. Nígbà tẹ́ ẹ bá ti fẹ́ hùwà panirun yín, ẹ jẹ́ káyé máa mọ̀ wípé Fúlàní ni yín, logo yín ni kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ máa lò, ẹ má lo logo Haúsá wa mọ́. Eléyìí o àwa Haúsá ò ní gbà. Bá mi show logo yẹn, ó ná yà sókè pátápátá yẹn, logo àwọn Àrèwá nìyẹn. We strongly advise you Yorubas, okay, in Nigeria we have these lands: Hausa land, Igbo land, Yoruba land, Kanuri land, TV land, Gbagi land, Mangu land, Jugun land, Igala land, Ebira land, Edo land, etc. There is nowhere known as Fulani land in Nigeria. The Fulani are not natives of Nigeria. You must therefore remain within your limit unless you are looking for trouble. Àwọn nọ́tánà náà sọ̀rọ̀ iná ti yarí lójú wọn ti láyé o. Wọ́n ní nílùú Nàìjíríà tá wà yìí, ẹ̀yin Fúlàní kẹ́ gbọ́ sétí. Wọ́n ní gbogbo ẹ̀yà ló ní ìlú, ló ní ilẹ̀. A ní ilẹ̀ Haúsá, a ní ilẹ̀ Ìgbò, a ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, a ní ilẹ̀ Kanuri, a ní ilẹ̀ TV, a ní ilẹ̀ Gbagi, a ní ilẹ̀ Mangu, a ní ilẹ̀ Jugun, a ní ilẹ̀ Ìgalà, àwọn Èbìrà nílẹ̀ tiwọn, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà làwọn Ẹdó àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin Fúlàní ẹ nílẹ̀ kankan ní Nàìjíríà torí pé ẹ kìí ṣe ọmọ Nàìjíríà. Nítorí ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ fi ọwọ́ ọmọ yín síbi tí ọwọ́ ń gbé o, kí ẹ kí ọwọ́ ọmọ yín báṣọ. Láì jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ogun ńlá, wàhálà ńlá lẹ ń kọ lẹ́tà sí látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn táwọn jẹ́ Haúsá. Ẹ má gbàgbé Yorùbá kọ́ ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí o. Àwọn ìjọ Haúsá, àwọn abẹnuganú àwọn Haúsá ni wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. The ongoing Fulani brigandage and terrorism across Nigeria, backed by the Fulani elites like you and your monarch, Sultan of Sokoto, Sultan and Emirs, must stop, and we are ever ready to force you to stop doing them. You have been using state powers and resources to execute this evil against the Nigerian natives. Wọ́n wá sọ pé orí ìwà àjẹbánu, ìwà apànìyàn àti apanirun àti ìwà agbésùmọ̀mí tí ẹ̀yin Fúlàní ń ṣe káàkiri ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà, lélẹ́yìí tó sì jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ní ìfọ̀ntẹ́lẹ̀ kan nánú àwọn Fúlàní àtàwọn ọba yín tó ń jẹ́ Sultan àti àwọn Emirs àwọn ọba yín tí wọ́n tún ń gbè yín lẹ́yìn, a pè wọ́n pé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ kí wọ́n dẹ́kun ìwà ìbàjẹ́ tí wọ́n ń ṣe yìí. Tí ẹ bá kọ̀, tí ẹ bá dẹ́kun ẹ o, ogun ńlá lẹ̀ ń wá. Gbogbo agbára ìjọba tẹ́ ń lò lé wa lórí yẹn láti fi ṣe àwọn aburú tẹ́ ń ṣe ní Nàìjíríà, gbogbo ẹ̀ pátá ló máa dópin mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́. We are therefore resolved to work in collaboration with other natives of Nigeria to ensure that never again will any Fulani man or woman be elected to any level of power. From president to councillor across Nigeria. Àwọn Haúsá sọ pé kẹ́ ẹ wá gbọ́ tuntun o. A rí pé alẹ̀ dí àpòpọ̀ mú àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà tó kù láti rí pé ẹ̀yin Fúlàní ẹ̀ tún dépò kankan mọ́ ní Nàìjíríà o, látorí pírẹ́sídẹ́ǹtì tó fi dé orí kánsẹ́lọ̀ káàkiri ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ẹ̀ ní dépò kankan mọ́. This remains my clarion call to all natives of Nigeria. Eléyìí ní ìpèníjà ìpè o tí mo fẹ́ pe gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà wípé ẹ jẹ́ a jọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ká jọ dojú ìjà kọ Fúlàní. We are on the rebirth of new Nigeria, free from Fulani-induced brigandage, terrorism and colonialism. Fulani be warned. Wọ́n wá sọ pé a ti múra tán o, a dẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o. Kí ni ìdálẹ́kun àwọn Fulani àti Nàìjíríà tuntun tó jẹ́ wípé gbogbo tí ń jẹ́ Fúlàní ò ní wù ń bẹ̀ mọ́ láíláí. Kò ní sí pé wọ́n gbé sùmọ̀mí sí wa mọ́, kò ní sí pé wọ́n tún ṣe ìkónilẹ́rú mọ́. Eléyìí o gbogbo ẹ̀ pátá ni a gbọ́dọ̀ rí pa adẹ́kun ẹ̀ ní inú Nàìjíríà tuntun o. Ẹ̀yin Fúlàní ẹ gba ìkìlọ̀. Wọ́n wá sọ pé visit us on Kasar Hausa 24 for more. Wọ́n fi wẹ́bsáìtì wọn síbẹ̀ www.kasarhausa24.com. ibẹ̀ ni gbogbo wọn wà o. Eléyìí ni ìdùnnú tó yà mí lẹ́nu. mo kàn déédé rí fídíò, mo kàn déédé rí write up yìí from nowhere. mi lè sọ pé ibi tí mo ti rí rè. ó kàn wórí WhatsApp mi wá gbàmù. ìkìlọ̀ ńlá táwọn Haúsá tí wọ́n ṣe fún Fúlàní. ẹ jẹ́ àfọwọ́lẹ́rán ká máa wo ohun tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀. bẹ́ẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rù mi ni wípé báwọn Haúsá bá gbọ́n tí wọ́n bá yarí tán báyìí, ṣé kìí ṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá làwọn Fúlàní máa sá wá? Torí pé wọ́n rí àwa Yorùbá wípé àgọ̀ àṣetán láti cooperate. wọ́n rí páwa Yorùbá gọ̀, Yorùbá ìjẹkújẹ àjẹbánu táwọn kan sì ń rí jẹ, kò jẹ́ kí wọ́n lè sòdodo, kò jẹ́ kó ṣetán láti sòdodo. tí wọ́n bá lé torí tí àwọn Haúsá dẹ̀ cooperate láti ibi tó kéré jù tó súnmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá jù tí í ṣe Niger State tó fi dé Sokoto lọ́hùn. táwọn Haúsá bá cooperate papọ̀ sí pẹ́hún, Fúlàní dáràn wọn rógo. bẹ́ẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá sá, ṣé kìí ṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà sábọ̀? àwọn Yíbò ti dìde tiwọn. wọ́n bá sá lọ lẹ̀ Yíbò, wọ́n fẹ́ kú dànù ni. bẹ́ẹ̀ Yorùbá nìkan ló kù kẹnu wá papọ̀, kẹnu wá kò. torí àwa gan la tún bá wọn bú gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n bá àìmọye bìbà tá máa rí tí wọ́n máa bá wọn bú àwọn tó ń gbógun tàwọn Fúlàní. wọ́n hate àwọn tó ń gbógun tàwọn Fúlàní ìbàjẹ́. kódà láàrin ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àrí tó ẹ lọ wo live Tolúwo, ẹ lọ wo Tolúwo ń ṣe lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Fúlàní, ẹ lọ wo ihe àti Olúwo kọ sí Fúlàní. ó ti di ọba ìlú, ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. àwọn Haúsá tó ti kó lẹ́rú, gbogbo ń tà ń ṣe ìwà jẹ́ kójú wọn ti wá là, ojú àwọn Haúsá náà ti là báyìí. ṣé gbogbo ó ń yà mí lẹ́nu tí mò ń ka yìí. ó kódà mi ò believe ẹ̀ páwọn Haúsá wọ́n lè yí àwọn lè jà tó báyìí. ojú àwọn Haúsá yẹn ojú wọn ti là, wọ́n ti rí, wọ́n ti rẹ́dì. ẹgbọ́n tó ń sọ pé àwọn máa lé èsì mọ́ Yorùbá. àwa Yorùbá tó wá fẹ́ lé èsì mọ́, ṣẹ́nu wa kò, ṣẹ́nu Yorùbá kò. ṣéṣe kọ́ là ń jẹra wa lẹ́sẹ̀, ṣéṣe kọ́ là ń takò ara wa. máa kan mẹ́sẹ̀jì mi lánàá ni kíní táfíù bàbá Bánjí Akíntóyè tí mo gbé jáde. ó ń kílèmù pé I love you bàbá Gbàgede mọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n nọ́nsẹ̀nsì ni tèmi sọ yẹn. mo lọ twist interview yẹn to my own taste, to my own side, pé kí nǹkan tèmi fẹ́ sọ kó lè pay mi, kó lè favour mi. ó ní interviewer yẹn ò ṣe mistake rárá. ó ní tó ń bi bàbá yẹn correct. he performed brilliantly. àwọn dẹ́ẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́, àwọn táwọn àwọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí ìmọ̀ wọn àtàwọn group ẹ̀. mi ìyá fi kan ṣe méje, mi ò ń bá rú wọn pariwo. mo yà rọra block ẹ̀ jẹ́jẹ́ lórí WhatsApp mi. mo dẹ̀ delete rágàràgà tó sọ. mo ti mọ̀ pé inú àwọn máa lè Yorùbá rì. bó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi tó dẹ̀ ń wò mí sí, má wò mí mọ́ o. torí ọmọ àlè Yorùbá ni ẹ́, mi ìran ẹ pé kó wò mí. tó bá kí n ṣe ọmọ àlè Yorùbá ni, ìtẹ́niyẹn ń béèrè psychologically, don't you see his body language? but thank God that bàbá Bánjí mọ ohun tó ń ṣe, ó dẹ̀ mọ ohun tó ń sọ, mọ ohun tó ń fight, ó dẹ̀ mọ ìdí tó ń fi fight. bàbá yẹn ó kàńtà gbogbo ọ̀nà tó gbé wá pátá. now you are now attacking me. ìyá kẹsẹ̀ ti wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tí yẹn ṣe tiẹ̀, àwọn Dúpẹ́ ṣe, oníkálukú wọn ṣe tiwọn. ẹ ṣàfẹ́ gbọ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ Fúlàní rárá, nítorí pé ẹbí nìyí, torí pé family nìyí, torí pé ẹjọ́ jẹ ẹjọ́ mu ni, torí pé some of you are benefiting from what is happening to Yorùbás, what is happening in this country. Some of you are benefiting from it. kán pààyàn lọ rẹpẹtẹ, kán gbowó lọ́wọ́ yàn, kí wọ́n jíyàn gbé, ẹ láìkí ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀. ẹ rí àwọn Haúsá náà yarí yẹn, gbogbo wọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọgbọ́n ọmọ ìyàtọ̀ láàrin àwọn àtàwùsá ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé bọ́jẹ́ fìyàjà wa Yorùbá náà náà fìyàjà wọn northerners àwọn tí wọ́n ti ẹ̀ lékè kà wọ́n wọ fíléèjì míì báyìí wọ́n pa wọ́n lọ bí ilẹ̀ bí ẹni ní wọ́n pa wọ́n pápátá wọ́n kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wọn lọ ẹ lọ Zamfara ẹ lọ Borno ẹ lọ Plateau ẹ lọ Katsina àwọn ẹni dẹ̀ yarí pé àwọn ò ń ṣe ara yín mọ́ Haúsá làwọn tẹ́nu wọn bá lè lọ kò bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀rù bà mí fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá torí táwọn Haúsá bá ìjẹ́ tiwọn kó má jẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà máa wá adẹ̀mára àwọn Yorùbá tó máa gbà wọ́n lálejò amára àwọn Yorùbá tó máa gbà wọ́n lálejò púpọ̀ nínú wọn ò rí nǹkan tó burú nu gbogbo táwọn Fúlàní ṣe mo wá máa ń sọ gbogbo ìgbà pé oyè tó kára àwo ni lágbára Ọlọ́run akarẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀ àwa tá a ti tẹ́sítì Fúlàní tá a mọ gbígbé tí wọ́n gbé àwọn èèyàn wọ́n gbé mi rí ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ti gbé tó súnmọ́ mi rí àwọn tó súnmọ́ mi jù wọ́n ti gbé wọn rí tó wọ́n dẹ̀ ti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ mi sọ́wọ́ wọn mo mọye tí mo ti dá lórí pé wọ́n jí Fúlàní gbé mo mọye tó ti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ pé lára pé Fúlàní jíyàn gbé rádà mo mọye tó ti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ mi lówó tó yẹ kémi kan fi ṣe ń múre gbogbo àwọn tó ń support àwọn Fúlàní torí pé wọn ò tí ì jí gbé nínú àwọn èèyàn wọn tó díà sí wọn àbáwọn fúnra wọn àbáwọn ọmọ wọn ẹni tó bá jí èèyàn ẹgbẹ́ tọjọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ojú àlà Babcock University láìpẹ́ yìí ni mo gbọ́ pé wọ́n pa professor of law níbẹ̀ máa yẹn resist pé láíláí òun ò nígbà kan kidnap òun wọ́n dẹ̀ pa wọ́n kó àwọn tó kù lọ of recent Babcock kan náà University Seventh Day Adventist mo sì kà láàárọ̀ yìí lèmi sì kà láàárọ̀ yìí wọ́n dẹ̀ tún gbáwọn expatriate kọ̀ọ̀kan but thank God tí mo fi wọlé nìyẹn pé mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin agbófinró ilẹ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ẹ ṣé gan afiléde apariwo pé ní Ṣàgámù ò sèfù mọ́ o immediately àwọn ọlọ́pàá vigilante kọ̀ọ̀kan ní ogun ti swung into action ni wọ́n bá wa arrest wọ́n kódà ọ̀nà pa méjì nínú wọn pàápàá wọ́n dẹ̀ gba 7.9 million lọ́wọ́ wọn owó díà náà wà ní owó tán gbà commissioner police fi léde ẹjẹ́ agbọ́ bó ṣe rí.
Kidnappers causing havoc on the Ṣàgámù-Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde Benin expressway during a rescue mission. In a gundual, the police killed 2 of the kidnappers, secured the release of 2 Indians, and recovered 7.9 million naira, suspected to be part of the ransom collected from victims. The success was recorded in collaboration with local vigilantes.
Attached to the first box with registration number FST 686YH, exchanged fire with the kidnappers and managed to escape with all the occupants of the first vehicle, while 3 Indian nationals, namely Tajaram Chuan, male, Kadua Pradhan, male, and Medanin Katwada, male, all inside the second bus without police escort, were all kidnapped to an unknown destination. The anti-kidnapping section of the command, in concert with police formations in the Axis and other local security agents, swung into action by combing the area. Policemen engaged the kidnappers in a fierce gun battle in the forest along Benin Ṣàgámù at Papalanto around 16:30 hours of 7th May 2024 and succeeded in the rescue of the 3 victims on earth. In the course of the encounter, 2 of the 6 kidnappers were demobilized. 2 AK-47 rifles, 1 single-barrel locally made gun, 1 sword, cell phone, and criminal sharps, with 65 rounds of live ammunition were also recovered. The likely ransom loot of the 2 demobilized kidnappers of the sum of 7,900,000 naira and 1,500 rupees were also recovered. The two demobilized suspects have been deposited in the public mortuary, while intensive efforts are ongoing to arrest.
Títí police Ogun State nìyẹn. Tẹ́ ẹ bá rántí bóyá 2021 as I think. Àwọn kan board train nígbà yẹn training ìwà burúkú táwọn Fúlàní ìwú náà ló discourage àwọn èèyàn. Nígbà yẹn wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ launch train padà táwọn èèyàn máa ń wọ̀ látèkó lọ láti Àbújá lọ Kaduna, láti Kaduna lọ sí Àbújá, Èkó sí Ìbàdàn kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀. Nígbà tó yá àwọn Fúlàní lọ hijack train ní 2021 as I think. Olóyún kan wà nínú wọn tó bímọ síbẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ bá rántí kéèsì yẹn. Àwọn Fúlàní kò sì tútọ̀ ọ̀pá tán gbà yẹn. Wọ́n gba 100 onípẹ́dọ́dán ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan 100 million àwọn fẹ́ gbà sẹ́yìn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ host àwọn ẹni yẹn tó ransom títí di bíi fún bí oṣù mẹ́jọ torí ó di 2022 kí gbogbo wọn kan tó release wọn tán. Wọ́n release wọn batch by batch ni. Mo rò pé bíjọba ṣe ń settle pẹ̀lú wọn náà ṣe ń release wọn. 100 million ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan ni wọ́n gbà. But ìjọba Nàìjíríà tó ṣẹ̀ dé bẹ́ẹ̀ sí láyé Bọ́lá Tinubu wọ́n ṣí kéèsì yẹn jáde padà, wọ́n ṣí fáìlì yẹn jáde padà pé àwọn Fúlàní tó ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn ń gbà yẹn wọ́n fún ọlọ́pàá àtàwọn security outfit tó kù wọ́n fún wọn ní mandate that they must produce them. Wọ́n fẹ́ rí wọn kọ́ arrest wọn. PPRO mú ìwà Adéjọbí ìyẹn náà fi léde pé àwọn máa arrest àwọn Fúlàní tó ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Jẹ́jẹ́ mọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ tún porúkúrú muṣu máwọn Fúlàní yẹn because ọlọ́pàá determine báwọn máa wá wọn, wọ́n dẹ̀ wá wọn kàn, wọ́n wá wọn rí ní Nàìjíríà yìí. Ó ní mo fi máa ń pariwo tẹ́lẹ̀ pé àwọn agbófinró wálé ààrẹ gbogbo àwọn Fúlàní tá a sọ yìí wọ́n tó yẹ ẹ̀fọn níwájú àwọn agbófinró wa. Unfortunately they are not willing to do it. Kò sí willingness yẹn bẹ̀. But nísìn mi ò mọ mandate táwọn ọlọ́pàá gbà o. Wọ́n gba mandate lọ́dọ̀ federal government ni I couldn't say. Mo ṣàrí pé lọ́tùn lósì ni wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní arrest àwọn Fúlàní ìbáyìí nísìn. Bóyá ariwo tá à ń pa ní o. Bóyá Tinubu gan ti wò pé ara bí máa bàlújẹ́ mọ́ òun lórí. Àbí wọ́n ti rí ìjọba òun bí ìjọba tó weak. One wouldn't know. To my dismay, àwọn Fúlàní tó ṣiṣẹ́ train yẹn tí wọ́n hijack train yẹn ẹ wò gbà tán ti perpetrate na various act wọ́n arrest wọn ní yíyá yìí láìpẹ́ yìí nínú ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí wọ́n arrest wọn. Iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá dẹ̀ display wọn sí takayeri wọn. Nígbà tí mo rí fídíò yẹn I was shocked to my marrow. So ọlọ́pàá lè padà rí àwọn ẹni arrest wọ́n dẹ̀ confam páwọn làwọn ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn lóòótọ́. Àwọn Fúlàní tó kó yẹn wọ́n confam páwọn làwọn ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Ọlọ́pàá olóyún bímọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn lọ pé nurse tó bímọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn. Ìtàn máa pa wọ́n pàdánù. Màmá kan tiẹ̀ wá nù wọn tó ní cosmate lòun àti the then vice president Ọ̀ṣínbàjò. Ọlọ́àjọ lọ yunifásitì ni Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ṣàánú òun kó wá gbà wọ́n lẹ̀. At the end of the day ìjọba àgbà yẹn san ransom 100 million per person. Wọ́n padà release àwọn ènìyàn. Wọ́n pàtó máa pa ni wọ́n dẹ̀ release ìtàn máa release. Àwọn ènìyàn wọ́n padà tó wọn l'Àbújá. Àwọn tí wọ́n lọ hijack train ní Abuja Kaduna highway. Àwọn rèé o, àwọn ní iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ló fi léde ẹ jẹ́ ká wò.
Among the popular. Where's the mic? What? You don't have microphone? You don't have public address system? We have embarked on area patrol from Abuja to Kaduna. We have patrolled along the rail line. We have patrolled along the popular and ever busy Abuja-Kaduna Expressway. In fact, we have covered the corridor to actually assess the deployment of our police personnel, the military and other security forces that are actually working and providing security for commuters and road users along the corridor, and to fortify the rail line so that we will not have any attack on the train again. We are here on behalf of the Inspector General of Police to brief the whole world about our activities to make sure we be key to Nigerians. Perfect security arrangement to protect our lives and property as expected of us. Today I am pleased to highlight the significant achievements in our crime-fighting endeavors with a particular focus on the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway corridor and communities in Kaduna State spanning from January 2024 to date. Notably, I would like to draw attention to a strategic initiative implemented along the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway, which has significantly contributed to our successes. Under a directive for the Inspector General of Police, IGP Olukayode Adeolu Egbetokun, a helicopter has been deployed to serve as an escort to trains using the route, providing area support for the ground troops from the armed forces, the police, and other security agencies deployed along the corridor, as well as a proactive measure to prevent attacks and act as a first responder in the event of any untoward incidents. This proactive measure has proven instrumental in enhancing security along the corridor, ultimately safeguarding the lives and property of commuters and residents of the adjoining communities along the route. During this period, our proactive measures and relentless pursuit of criminal elements have resulted in remarkable outcomes, including the arrest of 81 armed robbery suspects, 40 kidnapped suspects, 73 murder/homicide suspects, 36 rape suspects, 22 suspects involved in court-related crimes, and 28 suspects engaged in other criminal activities. Similarly, we have successfully recovered 16 firearms of various types, along with 226 ammunition of diverse calibers. Additionally, our operations have led to the retrieval of 28 stolen vehicles, over 200 harmful weapons, and 600 bags of fertilizer stolen from various farmers. A total of 3,350,000 naira only, previously paid as ransom to kidnappers, has been successfully recovered, while our swift and coordinated efforts have resulted in the safe rescue of 158 kidnapped victims, all of whom have been reunited with their families unharmed. Today I'm going to showcase some of the achievements recorded by this command under the period under review. The first case I have here is the arrest of one Mande, leader of kidnap syndicates. Where's that Mande? Mande? Where's Mande studio? just stay there now. You want to knock my head. You will recollect that on 12th January 2024, police operatives attached to anti-kidnapping unit of Kaduna State Criminal Investigation Department (CID), based on credible information, swept in and arrested one Ibrahim Abdullahi, aka Mande, at Abuja Kaduna Road flyover by Rido Junction. The suspect confessed to being the leader of a kidnap syndicate terrorizing Kaduna Abuja Highway, ranked among other criminals like Dogo Gide and Bello Toji, the popular Bello Toji. He had participated in various kidnapping incidents, including the kidnapping incident at Greenfield University, and he partook in almost all the kidnappings along the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway. And particularly the popular attack on the train stations. He was involved in that particular attack on the train. During that time, he ran away, but we promised Nigerians that we're going to get them one after the other. Like I always say, you can only run, you cannot hide. Whatever you do today will surely get you. It can take some time, but we will get you. Here he is here today, Monday is here today. He is one of those guys that have been terrorizing Nigerians along that corridor. You agree with me that you've been seeing deployment of the military and the police along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway and along the rail line. Our efforts are paying off. With him, we are going to get others who are involved in this heinous act of attacking our facilities, particularly the train, and kidnapping innocent Nigerians along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway. I don't know your style here, but normally is to confirm to you is the one and to tell us why is there and possibly why is the style. Because for people who are so heartless to have attacked the train, to be on that route, FRBC road like that, kidnapping innocent Nigerians, what led him to that? He should be able to tell us. Do you acquire to Stand up. You are going to engage them? Okay. Let them go back. They say when they can't keep on standing. Arrest of suspected kidnappers and recovery of firearms. I'm going to select some of these cases. I'll give you the copies. You can develop them at your own level, because we can't keep ourselves waiting and be reading one after the other. But these are very good cases. You don't just parade these suspects. You want Nigerians to know that fine, the security system is working in the country, and to serve as deterrent to others who may want to venture into the dirty businesses like this they are into. On February 29, 2024, vigilant operatives of the Kaduna Command Monitoring Unit conducted a well-coordinated operations at the residence of a suspected kidnapper, one Adamu Abdulwahab, in Ganga Uku village, Maraban Jos, which resulted in the apprehension of the suspect and recovery of crucial exhibits including one fabricated cartridge revolver rifle, one fabricated pistol, 2 Dane guns, 6 live cartridges, 1 discharged GP RG ammunition, 7 discharged cartridges, 2 SIM cards, 2 Techno handsets, and 1 blood-stained cutlass. It was recovered. It was revealed during investigation that 35-year-old Adamu Abdulwahab, in connivance with other suspects who are currently at large, had kidnapped one Samaila Abdullahi, aged 40, of KK Kingdom, Maraban Jos, on February 13, 2024, and forcefully taking him to an unknown destination. And of course, the police are trying their best possible to get other suspects involved in this heinous act. But I think we have Adamu Abdulwahab here. Yes. Can he just stand there and see later we continue to interview him? When the case has been charged to court, we thought the suspect would be released to us when our legal team approached the courts. Up to now, they are still on their way. I cannot wait for him. But he's one of the deadly kidnappers. Not only kidnapping, most of them, when they kidnap, they still go ahead to kill their victims after they have received ransom. We're still trying to understudy the rationale behind the typology of kidnapping in Nigeria these days. When you pay ransom, family pay ransom, kidnappers, they are so heartless, they still go ahead to kill the victim. In fact, another typology is that they kill the victim, they get the ransom, they still negotiate for the release of the dead victim. To me, I don't think it's just mere kidnapping again. Because by definition, kidnapping is supposed to be a business. You kidnap somebody, you get ransom, and you release the suspect or the victim having received your ransom. But now, the way kidnappers operate, to us, we want to regard them as terrorists. They're not just kidnappers again. Whoever that is fully armed to the teeth, terrorizing Nigerians, killing Nigerians, causing pains, sorrows, agonies to innocent Nigerians, that person is regarded and should be seen as a terrorist, not just mere a kidnapper. In most cases, you can still regard them as violent extremists who have strange ideologies and causing pain to us in this country. Most of the things they do are strange to our culture, are strange to our tradition, are strange to our system as Nigerians. We don't know where they have got their own ideologies from. And that is why the federal government in most cases have regarded them as terrorists. And some of us, and we in security circle, we have seen many of them based on their acts, their mentality, and psyche or psychology of the crimes they commit. We prefer to refer to them as terrorists or violent extremists, not just mere kidnappers, the way we say them. And it is important for us to note that from security circle, all of us, we are seeking support from Nigerians to see it as a civil responsibility to support security agencies. Don't see it as if it's their job to do. All of us, by virtue of the provisions of the law, the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as a Nigerian, you have a role to play to make sure we have a perfect security system in this country. We, on uniform, we are paid agents because we receive salaries. But all Nigerians, too, are agents of security. Don't leave it for us alone to do. You have many roles to play. The third case is the case of arrest of suspects for criminal conspiracy and illegal possession of operated firearms. On 7th of April 2024, police operative attached to the Force Intelligence Department Special Tactical Squad in Abuja, in collaboration with Operation Yaki operatives in Kaduna Command, arrested one Abubakar Umar, aged 20 years. Please mark the age or ages of some of the suspects we are showcasing today. They are very young Nigerians, and some of them, I wouldn't know why they have decided to join bad gangs, because when you ask them questions, some of them have intelligence, they are brilliant enough to be in school or to do one or two businesses. So when you interrogate them, you're going to focus more on why they have decided to venture into criminal activities. He is from Bagega village via Anka local government of Zamfara State, and his possession of 460 rounds of AK-47 ammunition concealed inside a stabilizer box at Zaria City, Kaduna, with a mission to deliver it to one Dr. Dan Sadi of Bagega for onward transfer to a notorious bandit known as Landan, who is expected to receive the ammunition. The suspects are being rounded up and will prosecute them accordingly. If you notice the achievement of the police recently, we are clamping down on those who fabricate illegal firearms and those who do gun running. If these bad elements in their camps don't have access to arms and ammunition, they are nobody. You as a Nigerian can tackle such a person. A blow can pull him down because they don't have that strength. But they rely on the weapons they have to carry out these dastardly acts. So we are clamping down, we are beaming our torchlights on some of these agents who fabricate, who procure, who transport arms and ammunition to them in their various camps. And this is one of them. Imagine where 60 rounds of AK-47 ammunition land. You know, the owner of those camps are fortified. And they are good enough to use the ammunition to carry out whatever they want to do. 60 rounds may take them 2 years to even expend. Because in most cases, they don't even fire. Once a commuter, a road user sees them in numbers with their guns, you will surrender yourself. They don't need to fire. So recovery of 60 ammunition of this caliber goes a long way. 460. This particular case, to deliver 60 ammunition of AK-47 rifle to them in the camp, recovery goes a long way to break the jinx of that particular syndicate. These we are doing across the country. You will recall that over time I've been parading suspects who are fabricating arms. And they are so intelligent, they are so smart that they fabricate fine and attractive arms and ammunition locally here. So we are thinking to see how we're going to work on some of those ones. Perhaps we discuss with the National Assembly to see how we can review our law to cater for people like these who are intelligent, who are brilliant enough, but they use their knowledge in a wrong direction. So we are working on them and we'll continue to get all of them. The next case is arrest of suspected bandits through gun runner and recovery of AK-47 rifle. Gun running is coming up again. Gun runners don't actually participate in any kidnapping or banditry. They are only the supply. And when you call supply, you decimate activities of this element. So we focus more on clamping down on gun runners, fabricators, and suppliers who are giving these people morale, I call it morale, to carry out their criminal activities. On 12 February 2024, suspected bandits from gun runner Abamo. Is Abamo around? Is he here in court? The case is in court as well. Abamo from Damale village under Jere local government of Kaduna State was arrested following reliable information available to the police on involvement in criminal activities within the state. They recovered AK-47 rifle from him. Most of these rifles, most of these arms we recover, we send them, we profile them. We actually profile these arms, return them back to the original owners. The situation where we cannot actually trace the original owner, we hand them over to the National Center for Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons at the office of the NSA, who will do due diligence in tracing the origin of those firearms. So what we do is, most cases, we have the breach numbers of these, rifles. We reconcile our records. We share with the military and other security agencies who use that type of particular weapon to actually know the source of these weapons. In most cases, you know that they kill our men. They kill security operatives to take over their rifles. So we always want to recover and trace back to the origin of some of these weapons. But where we cannot do, the center at the office of the NSA, we always do due diligence to make sure we get to the root and the source of these weapons. I have a case here that's also interesting. Arrest of suspected kidnapper. Do I have Ayuba here? Yes. All of them are in 20s, 27-year-old. On 27th April 2024, barely a week ago, some vigilant members arrested and brought to the station 1 hour Ayuba 827, a resident of Kubacha town, suspected of being a kidnapper. After thorough investigation, the suspect confessed to being a member of kidnapping gang and has participated in several kidnappings in Kubacha, Jere, Katari Aziz, where many victims were kidnapped. Like I told you, in most cases, most of these victims die in their camps. We have Hawa Ayuba here, 27-year-old. You take note of the efforts being put in place by vigilant members, other security agencies, which means collaboration works in Kaduna Command. They work together and they give kudos to those who have worked. You notice that the command is not only claiming glory of these achievements. They mention those who have been involved in various operations to arrest some of these suspects. And we encourage our officers across the country to always do the same. If it's an individual that has assisted you to arrest a suspect, let it be known. And let us commend such an individual so that they can actually do more. And Nigerians will be able to know that individuals can actually effect arrest and hand over to the police or other security agencies around them. This is him. You are going to interrogate him at your own time later. But you can take note that these areas where he has operated before are still along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway and along that particular corridor. Kobacha, Jere, Katare, Aziz in Kaduna State. You can go and PRO coordinate. Let him go back to his place. I have a case of arrest of suspected armed robbers, recovery of arms in this place. Do I have Sharif Abaka, 34. Hassan Adam, 33. Okay, all of them, most of these cases have been charged to court. We don't want to keep them in our custody unnecessarily. Don't forget, one of the mission statements of the IGP is to have that police, to place that police force that is rule of law compliant. And it's very, very key that we take note of this. I'm going to leave you with the copies of this. The cases, the suspects, the fact of the cases, so that you, gentlemen of the press, can work on this book to develop your stories. But it is important for you to know that this particular syndicate, there are almost 6 of them. No offense can be easily committed if you don't have conspiracy. There must be conspiracy theory. Somebody will be there to give information, particularly kidnapping. One man cannot arrange kidnapping. It can't be a successful kidnapping. They work hand in hand, and that's why in the security business we call such cases organized crimes. They plan for such cases. They work with people to actually carry out those criminal acts. We have another arrest of kidnapping suspects here. On 28th of April 2024, I'm talking of just barely a week ago, Mr. Hawa Hassan of Zuntu Road reported to the authorities that his 2-year-old son, Hassan Hawa, had been abducted by unknown individuals. You can see how terrible it is if a 2-year-old son could be apprehended or kidnapped. You can see the message they are trying to pass across. These individuals kidnapped this young boy, are prompted to immediate action from police operatives who swung into action toward rescuing the boy unhurt, and which of course they did. Subsequently, on the 1st of May 2024, I think that should be yesterday, an unknown caller contacted the family and demanded a ransom of 200,000 naira for the safe return of the child. After negotiations, the father agreed to pay 30,000 naira. Following the child release, effort of the police surveillance unraveled the mystery. Ransom caller to be one Mr. Usefa Isa, who resides in the same area of the victim's father. Further investigation also led to the arrest of one Mr. Hawa Ahmed, male, and Mr. Hawa Adamu, male, who have also confessed to the perpetrators of the act. By these 2 names, they should be family members, Mr. Hawa Ahmed and Mr. Hawa Adamu. And you take note that the people who actually organized these are neighbors of the fathers of the young boy, 2-year-old boy. In most cases, when they negotiate, they don't involve security operatives in negotiation. They pay. And in most cases where it is important, when we work with our operatives, at times you can encourage the family to go ahead, pay ransom to save the lives of the victims. But no kidnapper, no ransom receiver will go unapprehended. We will always get them. Very soon we are going to roll out statistics of kidnappers who have actually received ransoms in various locations across the country, and they have been arrested. We will always get them. In scientific investigation or forensic investigation, we always say every offense committed leaves a trace. Whatever the offense, there must be a trace. No matter how perfect you are, that offense committed must leave a trace for us to work on. Don't think you are Mr. Perfect. They cannot get you. You can only run. You cannot hide. Do we have Awa Ahmed and Awa Adamu here?
Awon. One statement that evaluate them, effort still being made to bring them.
OC Lega, thank you. Almost all your cases are in court.
Yes, sir.
Maybe next time, the command can forward your name too for IGP's award and commendation if you are doing this. Another case I have here is being possession of a vehicle suspected to be stolen. Don't forget, I mentioned that we have recovered so many vehicles, like 28 vehicles recovered by Kaduna State Police Command alone. I'm not talking of all our formations across the country. Get my statistics right. Kaduna State Police Command. So we want to urge you to go and visit our formations, check if your vehicles have been recovered. And you can visit some of our platforms online to find out if your vehicles have been recovered. If you are far from Kaduna, you can contact the PRO. The PRO, I'm sure he has his social media handles, email, and whatever you want to share. The PRO should continue to do that to Nigerians so that instead of somebody in Bayelsa to drive down to Kaduna to come and confirm whether his vehicle has been recovered or not, you can do it online. We embrace electronic policing strategies this time around, and we are moving forward. We are digital now, not analog again. So you can capitalize and leverage on some of these ICT platforms we have to verify certain things from us, to clarify so many things from the Nigerian police force. Gentlemen of the press, we have this suspect with you. You can interrogate them, but it's going to interest you to know that the effort of the police to provide adequate security for our trains moving from Abuja to Kaduna, our commuters, our vehicles, road users flying the ever busy and very popular Abuja-Kaduna Expressway are paying off. We have our deployment. Our men patrol the routes on 2 shiftings. Some of them move in the morning and they hand over to people at night to carry on. We expect that very soon we are going to embark on night area patrol. The IGP has just procured lenses for our pilots to move at night, and we are going to have night operations very soon. We want to urge Nigerians to always support the police and other security agencies so that we can enjoy democracy, so that all of us can have perfect security networking in this country. Gentlemen of the press, the Nigerian Police Force under the leadership of IGP Kayode Adeolu-Egbetukun, PhD, MPM, remains steadfast in his resolve to uphold the rule of law, ensure the safety and security of all citizens of this country, and combat criminal activities across the country. These recent achievements along the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway and in Kaduna State Command in general underscore the zeal of the force in fulfilling our mandates of protecting lives and property as expected of us. This special intervention and operations will be replicated in other major expressways and cities across the country through the establishment of the Special Intervention Squad, SIS, the pet project of the Inspector General of Police, and we will continue to collaborate with relevant stakeholders, employ innovative strategies, and harness the full force of the law to root out criminal elements and create a conducive environment for peaceful coexistence and socio-economic development of this country. As we forge ahead, the Nigerian Police Force extends its gratitude to members of the public for their continued support and cooperation. Together, we will build several communities, foster trust between the police and citizens of this country, and strive towards a Nigeria where all individuals can live without fear of crime or violence. Thank you, gentlemen of the press. I'm going to conduct and display some of the hands we have. You allow me to wear my hand glove. We are hoping to have choppers in all the 6 geopolitical zones. If we cannot have in every state, what we are hopeful to have in the 6 geopolitical zones, we are upgrading the platform of the Nigerian Police Force to cater for all these areas, so that when we have day patrol, we can as well have night patrol to assist all the operations. I know the trains don't move at night here, but what of those who Nigerians will like night movement a lot? It's always very calm, if not because of the activities of these criminally minded individuals. We used to enjoy night trips in Nigeria, where you have parks, you have garages, you have cities. You park and you have good restaurants, you enjoy yourself, then you continue your journey. We are still going back to that era where we have no fear, where we move at night in Nigeria, across the length and breadth of this country. But don't forget, like we always say, we can't do it enough. Those elements, those criminals who affect us, who rob us, who attack us, they are not spirits. Many people see them, but they feel unconcerned. Don't feel unconcerned when you see them, because you might be the next victim if you don't expose them. Let us expose them to security agencies. Let us make use of the online platforms we have. You don't need to show your face. You don't need to come close to us before you pass that information across to us. And we roll out all these platforms online. Some of you try and follow us. Make use of the numbers we are giving to you. All the distress call numbers are functional. They are working. Many Nigerians give us test calls. They give us calls just to test whether the lines are working. We won't give you lines that are dead. We want you to help us. That's why we are giving you all these lines to call us. But please, make good use of these lines. Not to ask me that my wife has not given me food. What should I do? I face a lot when I receive calls from Nigerians. CP Fulani Ogunawa is the CP Special Intervention Squad. But by the time he deploys those men to any state, he won't stay with them. He coordinates from Abuja. But the CP, who is the Commissioner of Police in charge of that state, should know when and how to deploy the SIS operatives to his best knowledge. So I wouldn't want to know whether the CP has deployed them or not, because I've not met him to have a brief from him. But I know with what I see and what I read, situation report from Kaduna on a regular basis, I think he must have done deployment accordingly, because I read that Kaduna Command achieves a lot in area of combating crimes, preventing crime, and decimating activities of some of these terrorists or bandits who terrorize our people in this state. This is what kills, not the whole bullet that goes out. This will not become empty shell. This thing is made of chemical components that are so dangerous and deadly. Once they touch the blood, that is the end of it. It is not even the wound that kills. The poison these things inject into the blood kills. So you see how deadly for someone to be in possession of this wrongly could be. You are not expected to hold or to be in possession of this, except you are a security operative. And not all the time a security operative can even be in possession of this, except you're on duty. You are not expected to even keep this in your house. As a policeman, as a soldier, as a security operative, you have to keep this in armory. And there is record for that. So if you see this with anybody, note, it is illegal. Tell us. Because it's not rifle doesn't mean that offense is not harmed. It is harmed because this is an offensive weapon. You agree with me, this can kill. These one cultists we use, those cultists that they are blackers. This is their symbol, axe. And for some of you don't know, when they celebrate their boogie night, they call it 777. This axe has figure 7. I'm leaking their secret to you now, so that when they are talking beside you, they are mentioning 777, boogie, boogie, boogie. You're going to say they are referring to this, that they are blackers. That is their color. So you take note of this, and when somebody holding this unnecessarily, call the police. It's our job to know whether you want to use it for good or bad. But this is not actually used for anything good. You can't use this one to cut firewood. is just good at cutting somebody's head and penis and hair and nose and throat. It's criminal. It's small, but mighty. They must have killed a soldier, a PMF personnel of the Nigerian police force to have stolen this. In most cases, they know how to get these arms illegally. But we will surely get them, as we've been doing. When you see them doing that around you, smoking, taking drugs, shout to. If you don't shout, you'll be the next victim. Many of them, when you see them, they are very gentle here now. But when you see them in operations, forget my brother. Maybe for here. Oh, at least to can find out. He produced all this, and like I said earlier on, that we're going to see how we can work. The police will work with the law enforcers. Ready?
From Plateau. This is on all. Nanka.
Where, who do you produce this for?
Kana kera ma waye. Kana kera ma waye. Kana saidawa ko kana kerawa? Okay, kana saidawa. Say he used to sell it. How much? He said 45,000. Dubu 40,000. 40 per one.
40. Okay. Where is that guy?
Woman.
When was the date? When was the date? Right? Do you remember the date?
28 March 2023.
2023?
Yes, sir.
Na ɗaya ɗan uwanka me sunan shi? Me sunan ɗayan can? Kai, ila yi ko. Zo. Zo mana tashi mana. Kai kauce. Kai kauce nan.
Let them face the camera because I want to see haka. Gun, which gun here have you ever touched before? Help me tell them.
Wani bindiga ne? Fara magana.
IK.
Because he compares that he has more than 40. If he's camp, yes.
Who is the leader of the camp?
This is the leader.
What's your name? And where is the camp? Speak loud. Where is the camp? Yeah, gentlemen of the press, I came back to this particular case on the attack on the Abuja Kaduna train of March 28. These three were involved in the attack. They took part in the operations, launched attack on the train, killed some innocent Nigerians, caused injuries on some of them, carted away their property. You know, we made a promise that we'll get them. And because of carrying out series of investigations on some of the activities, we were able to arrest these three. As young as this one is, this bandit, he controls the camp. And this one too controls the camp. This one has confessed to have in possession more than 40-something AK-47 rifles. As young as he is. So it's for you to know that it's not what security agencies can do alone. Who is sponsoring them? Who is procuring these arms for them? How did they get these arms? We need to work on all these things. But you can meet them and interview them. Why then they decided to attack our national assets? Because by now, if not because of the attack, perhaps we'll have had second lane of the train that will be moving from Kaduna to Kano, Kano to everywhere. But that attack alone gave us a setback. And Railway Corporation will tell you it was a great setback because the Nigerian government has said it was a great setback. When we continue to attack our facilities like this, it's a step forward and 3 steps backward. The same thing. This set of people are those that are attacking our power generation plants. By now, Nigeria will be talking of more than 20,000 megawatts, 30,000 megawatts. And I know if they have not been arrested, perhaps they'll be planning to even do another one. So we are going to still get others who are involved in the attack on that train. And I know our team from Abuja are working with Kaduna Command as they are working with other commands across the country to get people like this.
I am living in behind local South in Kabuja.
You have been accused.
Yes. No, I'm not a gun runner. I'm a fabricator. I'm not a gun runner. Okay. I'm not a gun runner. I'm a fabricator. Kera Nike. Yes.
So,
I am giving it to my community because of the attack. The bandit or the attackers used to come in the night when there is not forces there. So we are giving to our vigilante in the night.
Licensed to be fabricating?
I don't have the license to do. I don't have the license.
But you know that's an offense.
No, I don't have the order to fabricate it.
So you know it's an offense for you to fabricate guns and then give them out without authorities' approval. Do you know you don't know that?
I don't know. That time I was thinking that I'm helping my people because of the attackers. I don't know. Had I been I know I could have not started even doing it.
How many have you done so far?
No, it's just 25 pieces I do.
How much do you sell?
It's 25,000. It's a revolver.
Where did you learn the trade?
I didn't learn it. It's a gift. I didn't learn it.
You were born like that?
I born to fabricate. No, it's not going alone. I'm fabricating machines.
Okay, you can also interview this man.
My name is Monday Dunia. Dunia. Monday Dunia.
TV yìí mo fẹ́ máa wò ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ tí ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́ ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. BGI TV mo fẹ́ máa wò ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ tí ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́ ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para àdànà kó kọjá mórí nǹkan fèrè bàbá rere káwí parí BGI TV we are the pace setter. Bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n station tí dòde.